We've only got one person waiting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lisa.
And now Chad. Okay.
Okay.
And Katie. Here they come.
Here they come. We're kind of like animals. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4.
All right, and so did you guys see the RFP documents?
What?
The RFP documents that I sent? Because that's what we need to do first, is vote on those proposals. And it might be, if John's not in there, then it would need to be Sarah and you and Katie, because we need to have 3
Yeah.
to do it.
Chad's in.
Okay.
I've got them, Mandy.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we have Sarah. There we go.
Okay, let me know when we're ready to call for them to do this.
I do. Do you want to drive this thing, or do you want me to?
I can, either way. You want me to just kind of do the mouse, grab the mouse?
That's fine.
Okay. Awesome.
You want me to wipe that off? Can I borrow your hand
You sure
sanitizer?
I think you have some spray in there, maybe.
We do, I think we do have spray if we need it.
Big money, big money, big money. All right. So it's sharing. So whatever you click on.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Okay, so. I'll go ahead and open both of them up, and then in whichever order you want to go in, Christy. What? Okay.
What you got here, dude?
Okay. You want to do the PDFs first? We've already looked at this one, and you guys are aware of that. Okay.
You ready to get started?
Sure.
Okay, welcome everyone, either in person or via Zoom. I would ask that if you're on Zoom and you're a visitor, to please mute yourself, mute your audio, and if you have any questions or comments, we're going to save them for the end of the meeting. So it's less confusing since we're doing it two ways. Anyway, recognition of visitors. Let's see, I think we've got Lisa and.
Oh, Christy, we're just doing the RFP committee agenda right now.
What?
This, the committee, we have to do this first before we go to the main meeting.
Oh,
Sorry
gotcha.
about that.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry about that.
Okay, let's look at the consideration of proposals for tourism marketing for public broadcast. I'll hand that to Mandy.
Okay, so we did receive, we got a couple of inquiries, a couple more inquiries than we received proposals for. So we just received 2 full proposals. And so one was the one that we were expecting from PBS and their production company. And that's the same information that we were given before. We did include a broken, it basically said, you know, 27,000, which is what we had discussed previously. And so that's all. I mean, does anyone have any questions, or I guess, yeah, from Sarah, does anyone have any questions on any of that? Okay.
Yeah.
And we also received this other packet from Blue Scorpion Reputation Management, and that is out of Atlanta, Georgia. So they were proposing a short form documentary featuring what makes McMinnville and Warren County a great place to live, work, and play. This one, was kind of, from my impressions of the packet, it looked much more like, it didn't have specifically PBS. It looked like we could kind of choose what we wanted to do with it. And her budget was, does that say? Yeah, 29,936 was this one. But you can see that's production staff, equipment, media distribution on that one. But it's, it didn't guarantee impression that I saw. And we were asking for impressions on that, and the PBS will guarantee the 40 million.
It's kind of hard to compare the two then, isn't it? One's with impressions and one you don't know that you're getting anything for your dollar. Does anyone have any questions on this? Anyone? No? Okay, seeing none, do you need us to vote on this
Yeah.
today, maybe?
To accept, if someone would need to make a motion on one to accept, we've been working with the PBS.
Sure.
I can make that motion. I make the motion that we accept the PBS bid as our, for this project and move forward with them as the contractor.
Okay, we have
Second.
a first and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for the vote.
Oh, roll call vote, Christy.
Yes, that's what I said. I'm sorry, that's what I said, Katie. I'm
Okay.
in class here, it's hard to hear me. I'm not there.
Okay.
I guess I'll do it. Katie, are you gonna call? You got the,
I
Yeah.
can do it, yeah. Christy, how do you vote?
yes.
Chad, how do you vote?
Yes.
Sarah, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. And that's all of us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all that's in right now.
Okay, great.
Okay, that's 4 yeses and motion carries, so it looks like we're going with PBS.
Great. Awesome.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, moving on. Do you have anything else on that?
Not on this agenda, so we can, if you want to close that meeting, we can go to the next one.
All that you have it. Delicious. So we will, I think we got to recognize visitors. I think we have Bob sitting in, welcome Lisa, and Mr. Nolan Main here. Thank you, Nolan, for being here and helping with this. And then we'll go on to consideration of minutes. Each of you should have received an email copy of the minutes, and if there's no adjustments to those minutes, I would entertain a motion to accept. Yes, no,
I'll make it.
okay. We have a motion to accept from Sarah. Do I have a second? I'll second. I'll second that. All those in favor of accepting the minutes as presented, say aye, or vote on vote, sorry. And you're on mute.
I'm not.
I am. I'm so sorry. Did we have 2 minutes that were sent out? Do we need to take a vote on them separately? Is it okay to do it as one?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you know if that's,
What was the,
I don't know if I've seen that case in the city,
Yeah. 'Cause we
maybe,
had-
Yeah, we have to do a roll call vote. She's saying there was 2 sets of minutes.
right, there's 2 sets of minutes, so we need to do a motion for either, for each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think do each, yeah, to be
Okay,
safe.
the first set of minutes, we'll go with the first set, I will say that's what you were making a motion for,
Yes.
and that's what, I was seconding for. So the first set of minutes is what we're voting on, and I will take a roll call vote for the first set,
Okay, so Christy, how do you vote?
yes.
Sarah, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chad, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes as well.
All right, motion carries. Now I will entertain a motion to, dispense of the reading and accept the second set of minutes. Do I have a motion? Okay, you can read it.
I can make a motion, but they're my minutes, so
I'll
I feel
second the motion.
serving.
Okay, Sarah Campbell makes the motion. Do I have a second? I will second.
Okay, great.
Okay, all those in favor, Katie's gonna call the roll.
Christy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, Sarah, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chad, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Okay, great. Passes.
All right, motion passes. Moving along, we'll go to the treasurer's report, and I will turn that over to Mandy.
Oh, my God. Sorry. I will get that.
We'll circle back around to the treasurer's report, and we'll move down to old business. And that also will go to Mandy for the tourism lobbying tool for public work customer proposal. We just.
Right, that's what we just, yeah, so
Okay.
now it's just the board voting on it.
Okay. So now we need to vote on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Unacceptable.
so we're gonna take a vote on that. And so we will. So how much is it on?
Well, it had to go, the bid process, it went to committee first,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
so that's why.
Okay, the committee, and now it's up for the board's approval, so we will entertain a motion to accept the public broadcast proposal as passed in committee.
I'll make that motion.
We have a first, do we have a second?
Yes, I'll second.
Okay.
Second, any more questions or discussion? Call for the vote, Katie.
Okay, Christy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Sarah, how do you vote?
Yes.
Chad, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. So pass.
Carries. Wonderful. All right, moving right along. Under old business, we have the tactical plan review. We're gonna hand that back over to Mandy.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
All right, trying to think. See. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see if Ben. if I can- Okay, good, he's on. Okay.
Sorry, I had some technical difficulties.
It's okay, we did too. So we're a little late getting started here, but we're at the tactical plan, so. And I mean, this hasn't changed very much, but I did want to, we said that we were gonna go through this each month, so I did mark more as blue because they are ongoing now. So I've checked back in. I know Nathaniel has been working James C. Haley has been working on this project. He hasn't gotten back with me. I know he and Scott have been working together, and it looks like they're going to go for more of just a strict kind of kayak boat ramp, which is really what that is used for anyway. And that'll be more reasonable for the size budget that we have. So I know that they're still, that's still moving along. As far as this one, I anticipate this one will be delayed. The Collins River Highway 8 ramp will continue to be delayed for some time. And then as far as this mural project, we did make progress this month. Thanks to Michael Griffith at Security Federal, they volunteered the side of their other building, the one opposite that's on West Main there, for the mural for that Walls for Women project. And so Scott came in from DMA Events and looked at the wall, and so we're rolling on that. We got the contract back to them, and we'll be matched up with an artist soon. So they still anticipate this, because artists mostly work alone. They do anticipate still rolling with this project and having it finished in August. And so As far as this, I still don't have some of the information for the Park Theater, lighting, and sound improvements. I did put that, because the application hasn't opened yet, so I didn't give that priority with the other projects coming on right now. But that's still, the requests are still out there, and I do have the contact information, so I can pick that up whenever it's appropriate to keep moving with that one. And also, I wanted to go back to this mural project. Next month, I'll likely have a grant proposal for you because we're looking into the placemaking grant with the Tennessee Arts Commission. And I might be working with DMA events on that too. They had mentioned that in our meeting. And so, and Mayor Newman, you had shared that link to that grant. I think it was last month. And so we're in the grant portal now, so we can apply for that grant. And I know you had mentioned some ideas that Scott had about murals at parks. And so we'll be looking at that. And I should have something to you next month on that.
Okay.
And then as far as the inbound marketing project, we just had a little update from that from first quarter. I sent out that update to you guys. We have seen improvement. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are updated on all that. And then as far as the marketing tool for public broadcast, we just voted on that. So we'll be kicking that off. I'm sure tomorrow I'll be getting that contract too. And that's really all I had for now. That's going to be ongoing. I know Nick's Wild Ride is still on here, but it's probably going to be delayed until the winter or something like that. So I just wanted to leave it on here, but it's kind of on the back burner right now until they get their production going again.
Then, Mandy, I can give that update on the Greenway connectivity and improvement.
Yes, that'd be
We
great.
heard back in development. Yeah, we heard back from TDOT that we are a finalist for that grant.
Yeah.
So that's really great news, and we should hear back soon about whether we receive it or not. And Mandy, I was able to talk to them, or they did tell me that it looks like the grant is valued at about $75,000.
Awesome.
And so the match will be lower than we had anticipated.
Right. Yeah, because it could have been up to 125.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah, so that's really great news. So I'll keep everyone posted about how that progresses, but I did want to give that update.
That's great. Thank you, Katie.
All right, moving on to new business. Do you have any new businesses, Mandy?
Not at this time.
All right.
We will have some next month.
Okay, wonderful. And then, so we'll move on to the administrative report.
Yes. Okay, so in here, of course, a lot of this grant writing and administration, a lot of the ones that we would use for tourism have confirmed that there's a lot of delayed openings for those this year. So I mostly had to concentrate on the Foundation for Educational Progress. So some of those, so it's not really relevant to tourism, and also the same for 501c3 creation. But as far as the digital media project, I hope you guys have seen the seed stories that we've come out with. We've done Juicy's Country Park Boarding, Pop Food Truck. I've given them 3 more businesses that they should be writing blogs on and releasing those soon. Also to note, here in other, we spent a lot of time, Sarah and I have been working on a plan to lower the chamber nonprofit appropriations. We know that this is going to be, the city is most likely going to be dealing with a contracted budget, and we want to be sensitive to that. So we're looking at cutting the administration fee by up to 80% and a total overall ask by 34%. So, just trying to be conscious of those changes. Let's see. Okay, and as far as the new projects, you guys know the behind the scenes with Lawrence Fishburne. And then also, I think underneath that where you can't see is the mural art project. Okay. I'm learning these things. There we go. the mural art that I mentioned earlier. So we picked that off. So.
Hey, Mandy, there's one thing that I saw that I didn't quite know what it meant, but I know I'm just having kind of a brain cloud, but under the digital media project, that last bullet point must continue to fulfill a grant.
Yeah. Yes. So we've been continuing with social media marketing. Even though the state has paused their tourism marketing for the time being, or they had for the time being, we're trying to meet. Even though the grant has been extended out, we have until July 1st, but we have to basically continue on with this to spend that, so that then we can get the reimbursement back on the grant.
Okay.
So that's basically how we've been continuing that, and just trying to be creative in what we do to market tourism.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Does that include the administrative report?
Sure.
Okay, do we have any other business to come before the tourism development board? At this time, I'll ask, since I asked you to hold them, if there's any comments or questions from visitors or the public? Any? Seeing none, we will, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn
Okay, we have.
and vote yes.
Well, and Katie,
I got you.
yeah, Katie and John did.
John's here.
Did you say John?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, maybe we can have.
I split it with my own.
Oh, bless you. All right, well, wonderful. Thank you all for coming. This meeting will then stand adjourned. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're having a meeting about reopening courts today.
Oh, that's okay.
Fine in jail.
It's okay. It's okay. We made it through. Oh,
Good job, everybody.
thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Yes. Sorry. Bye.